niggas is talking now and we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch and know that I'll be here in no time. Put a candle on it, had to tell them they could blow mine. Lights, camera, action, ayy.
Welcome back, it's your boy Reg.
And Natalie.
And this is Pardon Our Facts.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Comment, subscribe, do all that.
Derrick Jaxn.
Derrick Jaxn.
Jaxn. Action-packing Jackson, according to Tasha K.
Anyway, we about to really go in on this man and his disgusting ways, and you know how he really, you know,
he's a liar. He's a liar.
Fraud.
He made a fabrication of who he was, who he really wasn't.
Let's get right into it. Let's go.
We've been seeing him everywhere online. And
fraud.
Why?
He's a
whole fraud. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a fabricator.
He's a liar. A cheater?
Nope.
A cheater. A deceiver. A heartbreaker. All that. About to get
so here's the thing. You have a man here. I believe he's been on social media pretty big for like 9 years.
Nearly a decade of frauding people. You gotta tell him how it is. Expose this man.
So what it is he's been online for 9 years making videos in his car, which now we know why he was in his car all the time.
Parking lot pimping.
He was in his car the whole time telling women basically what they wanted to hear and low-key bashing men. It's almost like he was always on the woman's side.
You're doing a little too subtle. He was not low-key bashing men. He was bashing men. He was telling them, leave him. He ain't doing right, leave him for nearly a decade.
It's not like he said men ain't shit, so he didn't fully bash.
He damn near did say that. He literally
but he
saying,
basically, it's like he was always giving women advice and basically saying like the man is always wrong. It was almost like he barely said the woman was wrong in any situation. When sometimes we all know, you know, two people in a situation could be anybody that was wrong. But he was always specifically gearing towards bashing men. For the most part. Because maybe some of his videos he didn't. But we're going to say for the most part he was bashing men. And now it's come out, this whole entire time, this man been cheating on his wife. He's been with his wife for 14 years. They're college sweethearts. And they've been married for almost 4 because they got married in 2018. But come to find out, he's been cheating on her since way back as far as maybe 10 years ago.
It was very disturbing.
So before they even got married. And then they're like, whoa, so you got married and you didn't even have a nice honeymoon stage. The whole time you've been a cheater. Before the marriage and during the entire marriage, you have literally been a cheater. And everything that you've been saying online, telling women, you don't even believe yourself.
It's not
you don't even follow what you say.
It's not that he don't believe it. See, people got the misconception that he doesn't believe what he said. He was living the life he was telling you. He was literally telling the truth to everybody. He was living the life he was telling you. Leave him. It's like he was really talking to his wife indirectly. Like, leave him. He's not good for you. He wasn't good for his wife. He cheated multiple times, in and out. So it's like he was telling you his life indirectly to his wife. So everything was a business. This man knew who he was catering to the whole time.
He had his target.
He had his target audience. He knew exactly what he was doing. It's really, to me, I'm beside myself right now, as you can see.
Bruh.
You're beside yourself?
Yeah, very much so.
You're doing a little too much, bro.
Perpetuated the notion that black men don't cheat, and if he does, you should seek your own happiness and all that, right? And the whole time preying on women that's vulnerable. He preyed on vulnerability, and he literally was like, I want you guys, leave him. Don't even wait, just leave him. The whole time you got a whole wife and a kid.
He has 2 kids.
2 kids, and you doing them dirty, and you telling the next woman, leave him, break your home.
He ain't shit.
He ain't nothing. Come on.
When he really ain't shit either. Cause he been cheating on her for 10 whole years, a whole decade. But my thing is, for a whole decade that you've been cheating on your wife or / girlfriend, because she was a girlfriend before, you know, she was a wife. How did you never know? There's no way you didn't know for 10 years that he was cheating on you. And because they're saying that she left him last year because of the stuff that he was doing. But last year, and he's been cheating on her for 10 years. There's no way that she didn't low-key know that he was cheating on her. Because if he's, you know, you already know. When you're a man or like in the media, you have mad groupies and fans. There's no way
I feel
that he is completely faithful.
A woman's intuition is damn near never wrong. So it's like you can't tell me she didn't pick up on a few things.
10 years of cheating? Come on now. That's a lot. That's a lot. You had to have known low-key.
My whole thing, if you college sweethearts, right? Isn't it college the time when you explore yourself to find yourself and you see what do you like and what are you really into? How are you college sweethearts? That really didn't make sense to me.
Maybe she was with the shits back in the day.
I have no idea.
But back in the day, but that's what I'm saying. When they got married, he made a vow. And so did she. And he did not follow his vows.
He did
from
not.
2018.
But you gotta understand, everything is a business. He preyed on people's vulnerability for money.
You got money. He got money. Get it all for him.
He went after the money. So he preyed on your weakness. He preyed on your self-esteem to go ahead and buy his product and sell himself so he will be the person to reaping the benefits all the time. So him being married, was it really him loving her or was it all a part of the business?
You know, I can follow that. You know why I say that? I'm not saying that this is the case because obviously we don't know their marriage. But when you think about it, did y'all ever really hear about the girlfriend before he got married? He was with her for almost 14 years and we never really knew about her up until they got married, and then he plastered their wedding online and was selling his book at the same time. Just think about that. We never heard about a girl that you was with for practically a decade. A decade? How are you hiding her for a whole decade? And then we hear about her when you get married.
What if this whole situation is a part of their plan? Because now it's getting national coverage from all these media sites. What if it's just a part of their ploy to literally weekend? Everyone loves drama, so everyone's reading it, everyone's posting it everywhere, and like, I'm gonna go get the book. People who are still vulnerable are still going to be vulnerable after this. This might actually heighten his resume and his contacts and
because now he's gonna spin this a little bit because now he's a man that made mistakes now. So now he's gonna kind of divulge towards that, and now that's gonna really sell. Cause you know how many people out here are cheating nowadays. So now he's really gonna sell about that.
Drama sells, sex sells, controversy sells, and he got all three right now. And you know what's so funny? If you go read his last video, right in the middle of him saying,
read the last video.
If you go watch it, you know what I'm trying to say. If you go watch it, you literally see the man talking about, okay, you go get the book. He's also still promoting the book. So what is that?
Advertising the book right now. We don't care about your book.
And he's mixing God with it, like, you know, I'm still a man under God and the yada yada yada. He was still selling the book. So how much of this is actually real that I'm pointing to? Everyone, look out the picture. Just look out the box at what I'm trying to say, and just, you know, things not adding up. Why is this happening now? It's a part of the scheme to, you know, get more money.
That's
why was Shorty in the interview with him holding hands super tight? It was
holding hands. He looked like he was what? Hold your hand tight. Hold your hand real tight.
This is
aggressive. Aggressive, like almost like if I was trying to move, I wouldn't be able to move. That's how tight he was holding her.
She looked at
and she looked like she was not with it. No, relax. She looked like she was just done with his crap.
She looked
like she wasn't even mentally there.
She looked checked out, definitely. But could this be
She came out with a bonnet on her head. She didn't care. She didn't care about that interview. She was so over it already.
What I really want to know is who's out there was a fan of this guy, subscribed to his words and his prophecies, things he was saying.
There's women that really followed everything that this man said. Because they're looking at him like, this is a good looking, good black man giving us great advice, and he's good with his home. He don't cheat. He don't do this. He don't do that. He was selling himself perfectly at that time. He really did.
If you have yourself on that pedestal, you gotta understand, anyone that's envious of you, jealous of you, they're gonna want your position. So they'll go through your trash, they'll do anything they can find
in your trash.
Yeah, there's people out there that will really go through everything to make sure they can find some dirt on you so they can spin it, all for money, all to tear you down. If you put your faith in man, he will fail you every time.
Let you down all the time.
It's a fact.
And then what's crazy is when he finally did his video on Instagram with his wife, they were talking about the fact that technically he had made another video within 48 hours prior to that, where he was saying that he did not have sexual relations with these women.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Bill Clinton. Like he did not. He just met up and chilled with them and this, that, and the third. And then he immediately deleted it because he was obviously lying. And Tasha K was putting him out there because he was trying to say that she was lying, but she has receipts. There's many receipts online about him. The girls have already come forward and they've already talked about it.
So how do you cater to your fan base? Is what I'm trying to say. You got a whole fan base that listen to you word for word, buy all your products,
right?
And it's a lie. So it's almost like what do you go from now? Like, where do you go now?
He's just gonna spin it, because now he's somebody who made a mistake.
It's crazy.
He's been cheating, and now he's gonna try to redeem himself.
People that were really fans of this man and really believed in the core of marriage, and they followed him, the sanctity of marriage and all that. What do you see now? Like, what do you follow now?
Like, what do you feel
heard about this?
it?
Or are you still gonna support this man? I'm not saying not support him. I would never say not to support somebody. But if someone's living a lie, a blatant lie, what is that? What are you following a lie for? It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. He was not who he said he was.
But when we think about it, social media is a lie. Everything about social media is lie. Anything that you see on social media or things that people put out is never really true anyway. How could you really find the validity in anything that you find online? Let's be honest.
That's actually a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know people's real life anyway. You don't know anybody's real life.
Yes.
And so that's not even just him. That's anybody.
Which is
if we really think about it. But now, how do you feel about the women that he was cheating with, that knew technically that he was married? Because even if they thought that he didn't have a girlfriend back in the day, because he kept her kind of hush hush, everybody knew by 2018 that he was married.
Because he put it out there.
He put it out there, so
he was on the cover of the book, so he had to do that. How I feel about those women, that's easy. Those are what they call temptations. Those are women that's put there in your life, especially you at a pedestal, and it's the testament of your marriage. Those are temptations, and he fell for it every single time. He was weakened, and he fell for multiple women, and he was dishonest to his wife. He broke his vows. What kind of man are we really looking at right here? He's broken, he's down, and everyone should try to seek forgiveness. But if you're gonna spew things to the masses and literally degrade men the whole time and uplift women, what are you really uplifting them about? If you're doing the same exact thing, the men you telling women to stay away from, you're that guy.
But what do you think about those specific women that were okay with being the other women?
They are temptations.
They're just temptations.
They temptations.
So do you feel like women respect other women?
I mean, obviously not. They didn't care.
But then at the same time, they don't have any loyalty to you. The person that has loyalty to you is the person who did the vows with you, technically.
So if you say that, then it could go vice versa. If those same women gets in a relationship and another woman does do it to them, and is it the same thing? Yeah. You can't really
I guess there's like no real girl code out there.
No real girl code. They'll do you dirty regardless.
Regardless. It's like, I don't care. And I know that a lot of people were saying like, sometimes men, when they have a ring on their finger, it's almost like you having a sign on your head saying like, come towards me. Like, women for some reason love that shit. Some of those women. Well, why do they love men with a ring for? Because they feel like he's committed?
No, I don't think so.
Because at the end of the day, he's still cheating. He's not a real committed man.
They want to see if they could break, how strong is your foundation. If I could interfere and break it, some of them are just evil like that, and they'll do that. And men fall for it every time and time again. And they don't see what's in front of them, and they fall for victimized to that situation, which is stupid. If you got your wife, you made your vows, stick with your wife.
Period.
If you're not ready to get married, don't get married.
Period.
And he was telling all these women that, oh, we're gonna go through a divorce, I'm gonna leave my wife. But majority of the time, men don't always leave their wives. When they say that, it's kind of like a way to reel you in. Yeah, I'm telling you what you want to hear. I'm gonna leave my wife for you.
I'm gonna feed you this BS, but at the same time, I'm putting down your. Listen, that's what they was doing.
And they was saying how that he used to like eat them. He was eating them out, but he wouldn't get any head from them. Fellatio, whatever. I'm sorry. Well, anyway, Reginald.
Okay, all right.
But like, it was so weird. Like, you have a wife, and you're already disrespectful that you're sleeping with them. But you're even more disrespectful that you're putting your mouth in a place of another woman who is not your wife.
He wanted to taste another woman. That's what. So
if that woman has herpes or something, you just put your mouth on that, and then you're gonna go home to your wife.
And his kids too.
And then he was more disrespectful and he got 2 kids. But even more disrespectful that apparently he was telling I know he told one of the girls of how bad in bed his wife was. Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, you are just wildly disrespectful.
He's scum.
He's scum.
He's lower than scum. Shout out Naruto. He's lower than scum. Okay.
Now, how did Naruto get into this?
This is a reference, but this man is really not worth your dollars and your hard-earned money. And the sad part of it, people are still gonna subscribe to him, probably even more now, because people just need something to believe in. They need that message. And
so what happened with cancel culture?
Cancel culture really needs to get him out of here. Drop his sponsorships, get people that's connected to him. Any sponsors he got, let them know and show them, get this man out of here. You know, he's preying on the weak. That's what he's preying on the weak, and his message is not fruitful. He doesn't mean anything he says at all. He's feeding into your temptations, feeding into your weakness. This man does not believe in you or your relationship or your future at all. He wants you to keep subscribing to him. Just keep feeding the pot. I'm gonna feed you exactly what I want to say. Words is very powerful. People subscribe to them, and people fall victim to them, and they want to hear these nice words because it makes them feel good, and it's vulnerable. But at the same time, you got to snap out of that illusion. He does not care about you. He cares about the money you make on the 1st and the 15th. That's it.
For a man to be doing it for that long, because it's different if he like made one mistake. You know what I'm saying? People are human, but you've been doing it for basically more than your whole career.
Yeah, he was doing.
So you literally your whole career didn't believe diddly squat of what you were putting out there. Writing books about things that you didn't really believe.
And he's still telling you to buy books. He really doesn't.
Yeah, and then you talking about the situation that you did, and you still putting your book out there.
Dude. I really hate that dude.
You don't hate that dude. You don't care about that dude. That's what you're gonna say. You don't care about that dude. We don't care. The point is, I mean, he's putting out whatever he want to put out, but I just don't feel. This is what I want to say to end the video. I feel like you shouldn't be listening to advice from people online all the time. People you don't even know. Like people like that, like sometimes people like that, when you see somebody that's just bashing a certain gender all the time, why are you even listening to that type of advice all the time?
People, it's like, why listen to the truth when the lie is more entertaining? And this is what today's society is all around. Social media, everything. That's all they do. It's just the lie is more entertaining. So I'm gonna subscribe to that. True. I'm gonna believe in that and run with it, and that's what it is. Yeah. But I definitely want to know what you guys think. Comment below. Tell us how you feel about this situation.
How you feel about the other women too. Do you believe that he'll be canceled, or you feel like he'll make a spin out of this situation and make more bread?
Boatloads of money. So tell us what you think. Comment below. It's your boy Reg
and Natalie,
and we are out.